In news from Afghanistan, the U.S. approach to Afghanistan has altered since the Islamist group took over the country in August last year as foreign forces withdrew. U.S. Special Representative for Afghanistan Thomas West, in a discussion at the federally funded think tank in Washington on Tuesday, gave an overview of how his country and others are supporting the Afghan people during this period of significant transition for the country. The U.S. Special Envoy for Afghanistan Thomas West on Tuesday said that Washington is not backing organized armed opposition to the Islamic Emirate and that it would discourage other powers from doing so as well. In a discussion at the U.S. Institute of Peace in Washington on Tuesday, West spoke on prevailing situation in Afghanistan, Washington's recent decision over the fate of $7 billion Afghan assets, U.S.-Pakistan relations, and Kabul's new rulers. He noted that on Taliban fulfilling their commitments not to allow Afghan territory to be used by foreign terrorists to harm anyone, the dialogue on the subject has become more honest and more candid. The Taliban are sincere in their efforts to contain ISIS-K, he added.
We are not supporting organized armed opposition to the Taliban, and we would discourage other powers from doing so as well. I would also tell you, though, that I worry, as any student of Afghanistan and of history would, that there is a window where Afghans will make their own decisions, where powers in the regions will make their own decisions to begin supporting armed opposition in a fundamentally more stepped-up way.
The envoy clarified the decision made by U.S. President Joe Biden over the fate of $7 billion Afghan assets was meant to protect the assets for Afghanistan. However, the move has drawn a lot of criticism from Afghans, Afghanistan's central bank, and the Taliban. The Taliban even warned it would reconsider its policy towards the U.S. if President Biden did not reverse his decision to return only half the amount. On Wednesday, thousands of Afghans came to the streets in capital Kabul, condemning President Biden's executive order for diverting $3.5 billion from the frozen Afghan assets to the families of the 9/11 terror attacks victims. The demonstrators called on Washington to return the assets of more than $9 billion to the war-torn country that have been frozen following the Taliban's takeover in mid-August last year. The U.S. freezing of the Afghan central bank's assets is widely seen as a primary factor leading to the current economic crisis and humanitarian disaster in the country.